Yeah. And no, the cube background is something that I pre-rendered in Blender, so no, that's fine. That's fine. That's literally just video playing in the background. So don't worry.
This may come as a shock to you, but I
There
love
you go.
fighting games and have my whole life. Well, most of my life. I wasn't really
Hopefully
allowed to play
volume's
video
fine.
games until I was like 10. But oh, the fond memories of Street Fighter arcade machines, Smash Brothers with the homies, or playing Mortal Kombat on our busted old laptops through totally legal means.
Do you yield?
God damn it.
I do not.
But of course,
Alright,
this
well, it
is
should
what
be
we're
fine.
talking about. I specialize in absolutely adoring something I completely suck
hold
at.
on.
Hey, that reminds me of a...
Super quickly, my background with fighting games is Soul Calibur 2 playing exclusively against my brother. And that's kinda it. Hold on, I can also make it a little bit louder. That's kinda it. And then, do you count Smash Bros? Because I have never played Smash Bros against anything else besides the hardest AI or my brother. I have never played against anyone else, so I legitimately, I simply have no idea what my skill level is in fighting games because I have never played against anyone.
certain other game. It was a dream of mine to see my favorite champions fight it out on the two-dimensional plane, and during the League of
That's the
Legends
I
10-year
saw that.
anniversary, I got my wish. Project L was officially announced.
Yeah.
I wish I had the recording of my reaction when this was announced because I lost my mind. At long last, a League of Legends fighting game. It's everything I could have wanted. I couldn't wait to play it. And wait, I did. It would be many months, many years until we'd hear even a peep of what the fellas over at Riot were cooking up. But in
Yep,
November of
they
2021,
disappeared.
riding the wave of the Arcane hype train comes a brand new trailer. A revamped art style, 2v2 assist-based combat, Echo
I
as a
still, like that's something that I still have no idea how that's gonna feel. I still have no idea what to think about that because like, I mean, okay, I'm talking about, so the art style, I did like the original art style a little bit more, but sure, I'm fine with this one. But the tag team, I have no idea how that's gonna work. And like, this is something that you probably have to play to get a good feel of that, and you're like, yeah, this works. But just looking at it, it looks chaotic. I hope the gameplay is gonna be different.
playable character, rollback netcode. Ah, yeah. It's all coming together. And of course, the promise that we would not be left in the dark any longer, that the game now had a solid direction and it was time to finalize the character roster. Now, for those uninformed, from a casual
I was
player's
about to click on
perspective,
that.
frame data, 50-hit combos, and an intricate competitive scene is all well and good, but what really matters at the end of the day is the characters. It's why
Yes.
guest characters are so prominent in fighting games.
So hold on, super quickly. Well, okay, so what I would like to see. Okay, what actually champions? Okay, so I want to see Rise. Rise is a perfect match for the fighting game. I really want to see Rise. Set is a no-brainer. Like Set, if you don't have a Set, what are you doing? But I feel like Rise fits really well. Thresh is gonna be iconic. Yeah, Thresh with the hook. You have to do that. And you're right, Zed. You're right, yeah, Zed. But if you do Zed, I don't think you can also do Shen. Wouldn't they be too similar in their fighting style? But yeah, I wanna see them also go for like monsters, because even in most fighting games, even the monsters are usually humanoids. You rarely have like a non-humanoid creature in a fighting game. I don't know who they could use from League though. Oh yeah, you're right, Lee Sin. But maybe Lee Sin is a little bit too boring. Maybe it feels like maybe it's a bit too on the nose. Oh yeah, Kha'Zix. But even Kha'Zix is a little bit more of a humanoid. But yeah, sure, actually. Yeah, Rek'Sai would be a great example. Rek'Sai would be a great example.
Alien in Mortal Kombat, Darth Vader in Soul Calibur, yes, that's real. How that even some fighting games are based entirely around it being a crossover. My point is, a good roster is one of, if not the most important thing to a fighting game's success, and Project L will be no different. The champions that make up this roster
Zac would
will
be fun,
decide
actually.
the overall interest and health of the game, and frankly, it was my biggest worry upon the initial reveal. In our first preview, we got Darius, Ahri, Jinx, and Katarina, with Echo revealed over 2 years later. Now, is this a
It's like nothing. It's like, yo, it's that you can't go wrong with these. And thank you, Terrarian. Thank you for the 3 months. I really appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, this is like, so far they only went for the classics. Like, nothing that you wouldn't expect. Simply because they probably want to use popular champions to like even reveal the game because they want to see people's reactions. Or like, you know, they want to get good reactions from people who already love those characters. So far they are going safe. No, even Ilaoi. Oh, did he not talk about Ilaoi? I guess he made the video right before that reveal. But yeah, Ilaoi fits that as well. Like, Ilaoi is amazing match for this. Oh, Vel'Koz would be interesting, like a poker from a range.
Automatic start? No, not at all. But you might notice something very similar with all these champions.
Oh, he made it
all
after.
Very popular.
Wait, he just forgot about Ilaoi and he made it after? I guess he's gonna talk about her.
League of Legends specifically. Well, these aren't bad picks by any means. They were worrying for the roster ahead, that there was a very high chance, just like we see with skins, there would be an insane amount of champion bias.
Yeah.
Even if champions like Lux, Ezreal, or Kai'Sa realistically would be entirely out of place in a fighting game environment, they'd be put in the roster anyway because popular champion XD. Do notice though how I said were, because on August 1st, 2022, we got the reveal that changed everything.
Ilaoi?
was
Yeah, okay, there we go, there we
for
go.
Project L. Why
There
is
you
that
go.
insane? Because nobody plays this f***ing champion. Prior to Ruined King, she was a nobody, a relic of the golden season of League, lost to time for her kit was too niche
That's
for the
true,
common
Ruined
League player
King
to comprehend. So
saved
why
her.
then? Why is Ilaoi in Project L if she's this unpopular?
Yeah.
It's simple, really. She's a perfect fit for a fighting game.
Absolutely,
and this is
yes.
where my hope rose from the
Yes.
grave. With Ilaoi, we now had a very decent shot. Project L's roster won't be filled with only popular champions, but instead the champions that deserve to be in a fighting game.
Yes.
And that's what I'm here to talk about.
There we go,
today.
Seth.
I'm
He
here
has
to
to talk
propose
about
what I
Seth.
think is the most perfect starting roster Project L could possibly have. A perfect representation of what the League universe has to offer. Please,
Is
the
he gonna talk
existing
about
League fans will be in a great
Is he gonna talk about
introduction to
Urgot?
new
I did not think about that. See, that's why I like Nikki. Nikki has a better background with fighting games than me. So can you put someone so chunky in a fighting game? I guess you can, because other games do have chunky big champions. The issue comes... Actually, no, this game won't have that issue, because normally the issue is with the fact that you can, like, jump over, you know, the enemy, and that's a factor in a fighting game. But if the enemy is so big you can't physically jump over them, that's gonna change how the game is played. But in Project L, the camera is zoomed out, and there is a lot of movement around, so I think that's not gonna be an issue there.
But to decide the perfect roster, we need to set some ground rules.
Rule number 1.
For starters, we're putting our base roster at an incredibly generous 28 characters. Now, that might not seem like a lot, as that's less than
Yeah,
1/6
League
of the
fighting
entire League
game
of
is
Legends
cool and
roster.
all, but Tekken 8 is coming, so nothing else matters, Kipo.
I legitimately believe the last Tekken I played was Tekken 2. Was that the one with the panda and the weird wood guy? The raptor! The little raptor with the boxing gloves. I think that's the last one I played. I think it was Tekken 2. Was that the original Tekken? No, I think it was a... I don't know. Was it 3? It could be 3. Alright, Tekken 3. And now we're at 8? God. Oh yeah, it's gone. God damn it. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm more of a Soul Calibur guy myself. I haven't really played Street Fighter at all. I have only played the original. No, I have played Street Fighter 2. And that's the only one I ever played. And I have played Mortal Kombat like thrice. So yeah, besides just Smash, I don't have a big background with fighting games.
But put this in perspective. Street Fighter V, while having an impressive 46 character roster today, started with only 16 playable characters. Multiverses, while adding a new character every 2 weeks, fucking psychopaths, also started
It's
with
like
only
League.
16 characters. And Killer Instinct, while at a great roster now, released with an enormous roster of 6.
Oh. Ah, there's an ad! I don't want an ad! Show! Hey, no free ads for you, company! But it's still money for Nickyboi, so I will watch it. I'm still watching it. He needs to pay the bills. There we go. We're back. We're back. There we go.
Not 16, 6. 28 by comparison is an incredibly generous base roster size
That
for
is
a
very
fighting game
generous.
these days. When I suspect the actual base roster won't even come close to, especially if Project L plans to adapt the free-to-play model.
I still
like
love the background
Multiversus
here.
has. Just don't do a new character every 2 weeks. That's ridiculous.
Rule number 2.
Champion variance and diversity is very important. So
Yes.
the goal of this roster is to be the best
Extremely
representation
important.
of Runeterra it possibly can be. So by that logic, we should that every region has at least one champion
Alright.
representing it, and that a good number of Runeterran species are fighters. They're fighters. In theory,
No,
Diego
no, I can't use my emotes. No, damn it. Where was I? Damn it. I can't use my emotes because my emotes are on the numpad, and so I can't freaking use them. Damn it. That ruins everything. Where was I? Here I was.
game these days. When I suspect the
Damn it.
actual base roster.
Never
won't
mind,
even
no
come close
facial
to it,
expressions
especially
for
if Project L
you.
plans to adapt the free-to-play model like Multiversus has. Just don't do a new character every 2 weeks. That's ridiculous.
Rule number 2.
Champion variance and diversity is very important. So the goal of this roster is to be the best representation of Runeterra it possibly can be. So by that logic,
So
we should
far, they were not really diverse, though.
that every region has at least one champion representing it, that a good number of Runeterran species and races are all represented.
Yeah, you
that
need
there's
the
a healthy
races.
balance of
That's
both popular
what's
and
important.
unpopular champions, and that the roster would allow for a wide selection of fighting game character archetypes. You gotta have some grapplers, rushdown, puppet fighters, drone characters, and
I don't know any of these. I don't know what an archetype is. Also, what am I looking at? What is this? What am I looking at? But yeah, I have no idea what archetypes are. I guess it's like you have like a poker who's like poking you from a distance, and then you have like the hard hitter who is slow but he hits hard, and then there is the mobile assassin. I assume that's what it is, right? I assume that's what it is. Kinda. Don't say no. People are saying yes. So it's poker. Okay, poker is owner. So just different names, but okay, that's the idea. That like the champions kind of have like a role.
fine, we'll put in a zoner too. Freaks.
I am zoner.
And this one's more to appease my ADHD brain, but Project L is a tag team fighter. And while I like to avoid forced synergies, I do think it's
I
really
love
cool
this
to
old
add some
cinematic.
encourage pairings into the mix. You know, something like Jinx and Vi as the Zonite sister duo. Speaking of Vi, she was never officially confirmed, was she? Well, I suppose we should start this roster off with roster choice number 1 is Vi. And
Yeah,
do I
that's an
really need to
obvious
explain
one.
This one. In fact, I don't think I'd need to.
That's
She's
obvious.
basically already confirmed to
Yes.
be in the game. If you take a look at some of the older photos we have for Project L, specifically regarding the staff, you can see the back wall contains a painting of both
Oh,
Vi
that's
and Jinx,
clever!
painting very much in the style of the initial
You!
teaser posters.
You clever boy. Oh, that's some detective work. That's
we
clever.
got for the game. Plus, there's literally no way she's not gonna be in the game, guys. Like,
Yeah.
come on, she's insanely popular,
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
after
I
Arcane.
agree, I
Unique
agree.
punching weapons, and well, she kind of already plays like a fighting game character, doesn't
I
she?
agree,
She's one of the
absolutely.
few characters that feels so obvious she has to be there. But see,
Yeah.
that's the sad part. So many Zonite champions are perfect fits. Ionia too. But with a
I was
roster
about
so
to say, there are
small, I had
so
to cut
many
it down to
champions
only a
would work.
chosen few. We're already at 3 Zonites with Jinx, Vi, and Echo. I couldn't possibly add more, except there's one more that has to be there. For those in the dark, the people working on Project L are the people
One more
of the studio.
Zonite
Radiant
who has to be
Entertainment,
there.
a fighting game studio founded by Tom and Tony Cannon. You know, the founders of EVO. It's only the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. Radiant
Wait!
Entertainment would later
There is a Wild Rift mural and with Nar. Where is that? I have not seen that before. Was Nar never even like hinted anywhere in Wild Rift in the files at all? Okay, man. Robin the Bank, thank you. Thank you for giving us up to Skin Spotlight. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, hold on. Twitter link. How can you make Twitter links? Oh, please don't be a penis. Hold on. I don't trust. Hold on. It's Twitter. It's Twitter, and Elon Musk is running it. I don't trust anything. Oh my God. Right you where? Right you where? There's Nar right there in the middle. On the wall 2 years ago. Wild Rift. That is oh. Come on, Manama. Thank you for destroying my computer.
TMI.twitch.tv/USERNOTICE #Necrit 94.
What was that? How many? Oh my God, that was 50! I didn't see. Can you... Oh. Rob in the bank, can you not... Can you... Guys! Oi! Can you stop? Can you not?
A few moments later.
Have fun, alright? Have fun. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be back here. You enjoy the video. That's what you deserve. Also, my Unreal Engine is lagging, and so the ships are not even reaching the end of the screen. They disappear before the end because the frame rate is lower. Damn it! Stop burning my computer! My God. My computer is at its limits right now.
Later go on to be purchased by Riot in 2016, midway through development of their own fighting game,
Anyway.
Rise of Thunder. I bring this up not only to point out how experienced the devs are,
Hold on, should I mute? I might mute sound alerts just so we can watch this.
One eternity later.
Give me a second. This is no! No! Stop drowning me!
12 seconds later.
Anyway, we're just watching the video. It's just freaking...
for how we knew Riot was working on
cares?
a fighting game this whole time. No, I bring this up because Rising Thunder was an all-robot
I remember Rising
so you know
Thunder.
these guys are experienced at making robot-based characters for fighting games, so what better robot to put in Project L than the Crank himself? Grappler
Blitzcrank.
character? Check. Electricity-based? Got you covered.
Yeah, I think that would fit.
Old-ass, busted-ass, big meaty claws having decade-old model he's been stuck with for so long. Give him the Wild Rift version.
Yeah, I actually
Fitting
like
emote and all.
Blitzcrank.
Plus, we've already seen what he can do outside of League via Project
Don't!
F.
Yeah, don't talk about Project F. Because Project F was my favorite game that they revealed. And I don't know what they did. I don't know if they scrapped it. I don't know if they like reset the entire everything. But yeah, we got the F. That's exactly what we got. From Project F, the project disappeared and we were left with the rest.
Is that
And no, by the way, no. Project F is not... Can I... Hold on, should I... You know what I'm gonna do? There we go. That's better. So Project F... Project F is not the MMO. Project F was a standalone game that worked kind of like a... We don't know if it was like a dungeon crawler or what it was, but... It was not the MMO. It was like an adventure game.
happening. He's a bit of a goofy character, but sometimes you need that in fighting games, and he's
Yeah.
a perfect fit for that in my books. And as I said, there are a ton of other perfect fits for Piltover and Zahn. Warwick, Camille, and Zack, to name a few. I'm sure we'll get more in the future, but for now, I think Jinx, Echo, Vi, and Blitz are as much Zahn as we can get right now.
Oh, so
Moving
it's like
from Zahn
one-
up to the second most perfect pick
Alright.
populated place in Runeterra, Ionia. We already have Ahri helping to represent Vastaya and a potential Zoner archetype, but to be honest, if both Lee Sin and Set aren't in
The
this
editing
game,
is so
then
good. By the way, the editing is so good. With him, like, revealing the characters like this. I actually love this. It's so... Oh, hold on. We got more space. There we go. Hey, there we go. I got space again. Woo. Yeah, Set is obvious. Absolutely. And Lee Sin, I think... So Lee Sin fits really well. But I feel like Lee Sin might be a bit too on the nose. And I think they should go for someone more interesting. But if they use Lee, yeah, I'm absolutely fine with that. I just think they might go for someone more interesting.
something went wrong internally. Back when Set first launched, a lot of people immediately assumed he was a guaranteed in for Project L. I mean,
Yep.
look at him.
Yep.
He's basically the
Yep.
definition of a fighting game
Yep.
champ. I was skeptical, though, and that's because I thought it
No,
was too
the
little
icons
too
are
late.
fine.
In a fighting game like Smash Brothers, for example, the roster is often what's decided first. Smash Ultimate's whole pitch was its roster. But we did find out for Project L that this isn't the case. In fact, judging from several job offerings still up, it's very likely the roster has still yet to be decided. So for a shoo-in character
Yeah.
like Set, I think his spot is guaranteed. Same goes for Lee Sin. This man's was designed to be in a fighting game environment. Hell, he already
Again,
has
yeah,
different combos in
sure.
League of
I think
Legends, but
Set is
developers
more
will
likely
have
than
tons
Lee,
to
though.
work with for a potential moveset. The only problem with adding both of these guys is that now, along with Blitz and Vi, that's 4 bruiser-style punchy characters in
Yep,
the game already.
you need
and with
diversity.
the roster so small, we need to balance things out.
Yes.
I never thought I'd say this as a Smash Brothers enthusiast, but we're gonna need a sword fighter.
Garen, an obvious one.
And yeah, no shit, Yasuo's gonna be in this game. Now that I think about it, at
Huh.
least until the other Riot Forge
Yeah,
games
sure.
comes out, the main cast of the Ruined King has been in every single Runeterran-based game ever. Hell,
Wait,
set 6 of...
No way. Really? Okay, they are all in Legends of Runeterra now. In Ruined King. I mean, if we really want to be nitpicky, I could call out Hextech Mayhem, alright? All right, Nikki, maybe you should not forget about Hextech Mayhem. All right, the game that I have like 20 hours in, even though it's supposed to be a 30-minute game. But they are actually everywhere. Yeah, they are actually everywhere.
Ever. Hell, set 6 of TFT was revolutionary as it was the only set ever to not have Yasuo present in some way, shape, or form.
That's
and
funny.
then there's Rammus, who's never been in a single set of TFT.
Haha, not anymore.
Rammus is never going to be in TFT ever.
Not anymore.
the coach's
Oh my,
fixed
another ad. Oh my god. Okay, I have to watch this because I like Nikki and he needs money. But all right, let me wait for the ad. Hold on. There's an ad running. All right, we'll just wait for the ad. There we go. We're back. Everything's fine again. There we go.
But no duh, Yasuo's gonna be here. He's
Yeah,
got
okay,
the
sure.
weapon,
I'll agree
the
on Yasuo.
ability, the wind powers, and an already combo-heavy playstyle. He's just one of those champions who'd be more shocked to not see in the game rather than actually see him. Speaking of
I think-
obvious, I think we got room for one more Ionian on this list, and this one's an almost no-brainer. Granted, it was a bit of a toss-up,
Shen?
though. I could have gone with
No,
Akali,
Akali.
Irelia,
Yeah.
Shen. Hell, if I really wanted to drown myself in personal bias, I could have gone with Ivern here. All of them excellent picks, but something came to my mind.
Zed?
One of the coolest parts about Ionia story-wise is its own internal conflict. From the Navori to the
Zed?
Kingu to the Shadow Order, there's a constant civil war between its own
Zed.
people. And well, who better to represent the dark side
Yeah,
of Ionia
Zed.
than Zed? Granted,
Yeah,
Kayn would have been a
I
great
agree.
choice here too, but personally, it's much easier for
I
me
think
to
Zed-
imagine a
yeah, I
fighting
think
boost
Zed
for
is gonna be
Zed rather
there.
than Kayn. And that could be
I
down to the
agree.
fact that Zed would basically just be Noob Saibot. Teleporting,
Yep.
shadow clones, slice and dice assassinations. Noob was Zed before Zed was Zed, which
Yep.
would make him why was Noob's role in MK11 story mode so fucking worthless? In any case, that's the last of the Ionians.
I have not
Like
played
I
it,
said
I
earlier,
know.
there's so many good picks here, it was nearly impossible to narrow it down to so few. But now we can move on to the other regions, only one of which has more than 2 spots on this list, most of them having only 1. So let's start with the third largest region.
All right, hold
with
on,
3
Noxus.
picks.
3 picks from Noxus. Who would I go for? I would go for Sion, Samira, and Kled. Oh, damn it, you're right. Draven is too good. And Swain is good. Damn, Noxus actually has a lot of good ones because Swain would be amazing. But I kind of want to see Sion. Damn it. Yeah, you're right, because Mordekaiser. Okay, no, okay. Sure. Yeah, no, Mordekaiser. Okay, yeah, Mordekaiser. Because instead of Sion, if you want to have a big bulky guy, yeah, you have to go Mordekaiser. I still feel like Samira would be a good ranger, but if you want to go another zoner, then I would go for Swain. Yeah, Mordekaiser, Swain, and Draven would actually be way better. Yeah, I know Mordekaiser is on the Shadow Isles. I know.
Noxus. Initially, my pick here would have 100% been Sion.
Yeah.
However, we already have Darius, and when we're trying to have as diverse
yeah,
a
it's an
roster as
X1.
possible, 2 giant Noxian axe-wielding
Yeah.
bruiser men seems a little bit redundant.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Sion, back to the pits of Hullbreaker meta where you belong. However, you know what isn't redundant? A badass demon-controlling
Swain!
Noxian warlord. If
Yes!
any mage was going to be in this game, Swain was the best pick in my opinion. A zoner? Hell no, Swain fights in the front line.
No, he's a
battle
zoner.
mage. Instead of his ravens, electrocute
No.
you, maybe use his powers of vision to increase or decrease enemy players' cooldowns. I don't know, man. This pick feels too perfect to pass up. On the subject
agree,
of too
though.
perfect to pass up, Samira. Now, hold on. I know what you're saying. Well, Nick, you said that Sion couldn't be included because he's too similar to Darius. So why is Samira
No,
fine when
Samira is
Katarina's
different.
in the game? Well, first off, you're
No, because that's guns. That's different. Because even you can't compare throwing knives to shooting guns.
dumb for even thinking Katarina's half as cool as Samira. And secondly, we haven't seen Katarina since the first teaser 3 years ago.
That
And
is
with roster selection
true.
still up in the air, there's a good chance she might have been cut from the game altogether. It's a common practice that happens in fighting games sometimes. Rest in peace, Chorus Kids. In this instance, if Katarina's removal was to make room
I
for
didn't know about
Samira,
that.
I'm completely game. And if you're looking for inspiration moveset-wise, play Dante in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for 5 seconds and it will
I
all
didn't know Dante was in the game.
all pieced
What?
together. Moving on to the Freljord, we have several options. Ash and Trinimir are probably the
That's
most
cool.
obvious ones as their poster boys for the game.
Okay, hold on, Freljord. For Freljord, thank you. Who was that? Should I enable my sounds again? Dark Arctic, thank you for the 12 months. I'll enable my sounds again. If my computer doesn't burn. Everything's laggy on my end. Oh, okay, stream is fine. Udyr, yeah, Udyr is a safe pick. For Freljord, I would actually love to see Ornn. I would love to see Ornn, but I think Volibear is a better like fighting character. But no, Udyr, I really want to see Udyr. Like I really do. I actually really do. Oh, is Chibin? Chibin! Wait, did you give a sub to Chibin? Wait, are we still going through the subs? Are we still going? We are still going through it. Okay. Oh my god. I love that Chibin. I love that Chibin got a sub there. Anyway, for Freljord, I would go with Udyr, Olaf, Lysandra. Nah, no, because Olaf, that's another, what does it look like? I'm poking my eye. Anyway, no, because Olaf, that's another X guy. You can't go Olaf. I would go Braum. Actually, Braum is a goddamn amazing one. I would go Udyr, Braum, Lysandra.
My counterpoint to their inclusion is they're fucking boring and I don't like them. But you know who everyone likes?
Braum!
Goddamn
Yeah.
Braum, baby!
There you go.
If not the most universally liked champions in all of
But I think Tryndamere would work, though.
For an end screen outro animation, he just gives you his hand, sits you down by the campfire with a cup of hot cocoa and some poros.
I would
He'd
like
just be
Tryndamere.
a really cool guy to fight with, as, and against. Not to mention, we could finally see Braum's real power. He's a protector, of course, but he's a strong guy. He's been relegated to a 0 damage dealing support for far too long.
Yeah.
Originally, I was gonna have Udyr.
Udyr, yeah, I agree.
One, because I
Big
like
agree.
him a lot, obviously, and two, because I wanted representation for the Freljordian demigod.
Big
but you can probably
agree.
tell this video was initially concepted back in February because now we have modern Udyr. With all the
Yes.
Freljordian demigods' power at his disposal, who
Yes.
better to represent that aspect of Runeterra than Udyr? Plus, swapping between different stances has been a staple archetype of fighting games for decades. Vega in Street Fighter V, Nightwing in Injustice, the entirety of post-MK4 Midway Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
It offers up especially unique ways to play, and with Udyr having access to 5 known demigods, the possibilities are endless. Hey, maybe we'll actually get something based on the Seal Sister this time. Please, on to the...
I mean, we still, even the passive is not a Seal Sister, right? What happened to that? What happened to the passive, damn it?
Demacia. Choosing a Demacian represents...
Okay, Demacia. Okay, Demacia. Hold on, did he only pick 2? Or is he always waiting for like one last pick for the end? Because he only said 2. Anyway, Demacia. I kind of want to see Garen. I want to see Galio. But I feel like Garen, even though Garen is kind of boring, he's good. He fits in really well. You're right that Xin Zhao would be cool. I think Silas would be better. But then again, Silas might be too stereotypical, like a shirtless fighter, because you would already have Lee Sin and Seth maybe and stuff like that. But then again, no one is fighting with chains. Oh, goddamn, you're right, Fiora. Oh, Fiora is a perfect fit. But then again, you would have to go Fiora instead of Garen to like have only one sword fighter. And then Shyvana. Oh, freaking. And no, Poppy! No, you need Yordles. You need Poppy. You need Yordles. You need Poppy. I feel like that would be a really good one. Hold on, the soundboards are really... I can barely hear them. Anyway, the last call is gonna be Fiora, Poppy, Silas. Sure. That's what I would go
On
for.
to Demacia. Choosing a Demacian rep was a bit tough. For the opposite reason Ione and Zon was. Where they had too many perfect picks, Demacia has barely any.
No,
Every option here
I
feels like it would
disagree.
be too unwieldy or flat out boring. So for my money, the most interesting option here by far is probably
understandable.
Shyvana. Not only because she offers something totally different to the Demacian norm, but she would be our
Understandable.
fire-based character, our dragon-based character, and potentially a transform install super-based character, going back and forth between human and dragon form depending on her power level. Not to
That'd be
mention this
cool.
would be a great opportunity to give her the visual update she so
Yeah.
desperately
Oh, yeah.
needs. Of course, if the only Demacian rep was
He
a
looks
character
like garbage.
so un-Demacian it hurt to comprehend, that wouldn't be very good representation. I'll still lock in Shyvana as a definite pick here, but if I had to choose
Yeah.
a true Demacian to join the ranks, I'd honestly say Fiora. Another sword fighter alongside Yasuo for sure, but at least a very different kind of sword fighter. Another choice here would have been Garen, but like I said with Ashe and Trynd, he's fucking boring and I don't like him. Fiora would be fast and nimble, swift but graceful. The closest comparison I could think is someone like Kai from Guilty Gear. Lots of dashes, lots of slashes,
Yes.
lots of
Yes.
crits. And I know what
Very.
you're thinking, where's Silas? I thought he'd be a perfect fit for this game. And yeah, actually, I think he would.
Is he gonna bring up my point where Silas is like he is good, but he's another like shirtless guy.
However, I have a much better idea for the character that would take his place. In my opinion, every fighting game needs a Shang Tsung-esque character. One that steals the moves of other fighters or copies their moveset entirely. 12, Omen, Kirby. That's just something...
In Soul Calibur, there was also... Oh, that's Necrit. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. In Soul Calibur, it's Necrit. Google that. If you don't believe me, Google that.
So fun about copying your opponent's moves and throwing it back in their face. Silas is a perfect fit for this, right? After all, he steals people's ults. But that wasn't enough for me. I think Shang Tsung characters are at their best when they can copy everything about their opponent, even down to their physical appearance. And not only has Nico got that covered, but she functions as our Ixtal rep.
Clever. That's actually clever to use Nico. That's actually clever to use Nico instead of Silas.
As well. Remember Ixtal, guys?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Guys? Anyone? Anyone? No? Okay. Regardless, this would also present a perfect opportunity to expand her copy abilities, as in League, she's landlocked to only copying her enemy's appearance. Like to mention, like Shang Tsung, she isn't all tricks and illusions. She has plenty of power for herself beyond masquerading as other fighters. In theory, Viego could have worked for this spot too, however, Viego can only copy his opponent's abilities.
No, like Viego, so... I still don't understand why Viego is doing this in-game, because in the lore, in the story, I believe he never, like... He never morphed into anyone else. Like, Viego has the power to dominate minds. He doesn't transform himself? I don't know what that is. Why is no one talking about the fact that he shouldn't be able to do that in-game? Like, that ability is representing the fact that you are dominating someone's mind, but you can't take them away from the game, right? You can't, like... You can't actually dominate the enemy and control them and move them around in League, because for that time, the enemy player would not be able to play, and that would be awful to play against. So instead, they were like, what if Viego transforms? So, I don't understand. With Lissandra's ability actually makes sense, because what she does is that she freezes people, she kinda like wipes their mind, and she uses them as frozen thralls. That's what the passive is. When you die, you leave behind a frozen thrall, which is supposed to be you after you get killed by Lissandra because she freezes you. But with Viego, it doesn't goddamn make sense! I don't know what's happening.
They're dead because he's fucking stupid. Circling back to Bilgewater, I still can't believe Alawi was actually the 5th character to be officially announced for the game. In fact, seeing all the love for Alawi recently with Project L, Ruined King,
she was
kind
amazing.
of overwhelming that she'd be left in the dark for so long. But Alawi and the Brewer people are only a small part of Bilgewater. There's the sunny shores, the terrifying depths, and of course the legendary Bilgewater Harbor. And let's be honest, between all that Bilgewater has to offer, this is down to only 2 real options. Misfortune.
Damn it, I was about to say, no. Hold on, from Bilgewater? No, you need to do Gangplank. You need to do Gangplank! You set up the barrels in a fighting game, come on! You need to do Gangplank for Bilgewater.
And Gangplank.
Yeah.
And for my money, I kind of have to go with Gangplank here.
Absolutely.
Primarily because I think in most instances, ADC Champs would be a poor choice for Project L. Not to say having more range-based characters in fighting games is a bad thing, because everybody already knows it is. I mean, did you even play against Deadshot in Injustice 2? Or Injustice 2 in general?
This looks so stupid.
Jinx, in my opinion, is the only one that really works, because she'd be crazy enough to bonk you over the head with a gun instead of shoot it. But on the topic of GP, he would be a phenomenal pick for this game, in my
would
opinion.
agree.
He would function a lot like Predator in MKX, or Con Ra in KI. A trap-based character laying fire and barrels
I just
all across the
realized,
field.
you know what's probably... You know what's... Okay, hold on. So, I don't play too many fighting games, so correct me if I'm wrong, but... In a fighting game, the idea is that you can pull off any move at any moment, right? So you can Hadouken as many times as you want in a row. There are no cooldowns. Why is that the case? Yeah, except ultimates. But why can't you have like a normal... Also, Mimir, the fellow, thank you for the sub. I'm gonna activate my sound again, because gifteds are gone. There we go. Why is that the case? Why can't you make like a normal fighting moveset for everyone? Where, like, you know, everyone kind of has like your basic attacks. But then they also have 4 abilities with cooldown that work just like they do in League. So that your normal moves would behave sort of like your auto attacks in League. But you still have the abilities with cooldown and you can balance the game around that. I don't know, does anything like that exist in another fighting game? It would be slower, you are right. But you are right, but counterpoint, you are not gonna run into an issue where a champion with a gun is gonna stand back and spam the gun. I feel like in a fighting game, that's the only like really annoying thing that people hate. It's when a zoner actually just sits back and zones without cooldown or anything like that. I know you can play around it, but my point is that it's just annoying to play around it. Like usually those characters are weaker because the point is that you need to keep distance, and if you don't keep your distance, you're screwed. I don't know. Or having the gun... Oh yeah, you're right. The gun having a reload mechanic. That would be cool, actually. I just don't know if games have... I just don't know if fighting games have, like, more abilities with cooldowns. Like, more than just an ultimate.
Ready to explode and combo together at any time.
You are right, actually. More than Nautilus? What about Fizz? What about Fizz? For Bilgewater.
Remember earlier when I said I didn't want to make too many forced 2v2 pairings, but I did want to make some encouraged ones? Well, we already got Udyr and the Sinus one, so why not throw in the bitter Bilgewater
that would be cool.
Not those ones. Now we're in the deep end.
Right.
At this point, the remaining regions realistically only have room for 1 rep. It helps that they're smaller regions, but it doesn't make choosing the most favorable candidate any more difficult. For Targon, I narrowed it down to 2 possible options.
Hold on. Targon. Pantheon. Like, Pantheon, you don't have a sword and shield. Or you could go with... I want to see Pantheon and Diana. I feel like Leona... I feel like Pantheon is way better. Pantheon and Diana would be really cool. Taric would be interesting. Because it is a duo setup game where you can have Taric as like your support. Ooh, Aphelios with a zoner. Just don't give him all the guns. But I feel like Diana just feels more interesting.
Leona and Pantheon.
No! What do you mean Leona and Pantheon? They both have a shield.
I'm Team Pantheon, and that could come from the fact that Pantheon is an
I think
inspiring soldier who fought through hell and back to protect himself and the people he loves.
But
Leona
Pantheon,
is
yes.
a genocidal bigot. Jokes aside, though, both have equal reasons for being the initial Targon rep for this game. And hey, I've always complained about Leona's design being so boring in comparison to her Solari followers, so maybe this will be the game that finally brings her outfit up to date. But I do want you to imagine something for me. The fight is deady.
I'm imagining.
Squaring up for the final battle, you've built up your super meter just enough to get your super move off. In the heat of the moment, you activate it. Pantheon grabs his opponent and hurls him to the ground. Then he leaps into the sky beyond the stars. The music starts to swell, and as he comes crashing back down to Earth, this music starts fucking blasting.
I'm imagining. No! Not another ad! God damn it, I was imagining the epic song, and we got interrupted by an ad. Come on! I know you need money, Nickyboi, but don't... Why? Damn it! I was having a good time. Alright, back to where we were.
Tell me Pantheon should be in the game for that alone. Next up is Shurima, and realistically my pick here should have been one of the Ascended, as they represent the region the best. However, like Legends of Runeterra, I think this game should be mindful of champion size. Azir is the only one I feel like could be translated Project L smoothly, but even then, it might not be the best option. I mean, we've seen how buggy he was in League. The best option, in my opinion, is none of the Ascended. It's Talia. I always think back to how cool Toph was in Avatar, or for a fighting game perspective, how cool Tremor was in MKX. Something about earthbending is just such a visually powerful and interesting concept. And hey, that's another easy pairing. Yasuo and Talia, Wind and Stone, teacher and student. Plus...
Sure. But more than Talia, I almost wanna say... No, you have to do Kassadin. What am I even saying? No, it's Kassadin. You have to go for Did he forget about Kassadin?
Talia is over 20 now, so I'd love to see how Talia and Yasuo would interact with each other again post-character arcs.
That's true.
Now get Talia's actual voice actor back, please. No hard feelings towards the LOR one. They're a good voice actress. It's just,
come on.
I'd take League Talia over Desert Lux any day.
I'm glad it brought us
Kassadin is a Shuriman. Alright. Just want to point that out. Yeah, he's a Shuriman.
back together, Yasuo.
The Shadow Owl's rep would be Thresh. I like to make it clear that my opinions on this channel are subjective,
agree.
and you're fully within your right to agree or disagree. But if you think that any of
I
the
agree.
Shadow Owl's champions deserve this spot over
Yes.
Thresh, you are objectively wrong, and I'm not explaining this better.
Yes, Thresh
now,
deserves it.
Yordles are a bit of a touchy subject, and not because there aren't cool Yordles, because of course there are. I'm talking
Also with see what Mortal Kombat what Tekken is that? Because this is the one I played. But I think it looks a bit too new. I remember it looking weirder. Okay, I guess it's 3. But actually Jax would work really well. You are correct on Jax for Shurima too.
Talking more from a purely fighting game scenario, short characters are a bit problematic. Rocket Raccoon, Goku GT, Yoda, yes, this is also
Oh yeah,
real.
we need
Short
Yordles.
characters in fighting games are
That's
a
why I
pain
had
in
Poppy.
the ass, because moves that would normally work on everyone else, they avoid just by existing. If a Yor were to be added to Project L, I'd say they need to pick one that works around hitboxes. So no
Glad.
Heimer, Fizz, Tristana, Teemo,
Glad.
etc. The only Yordles I
Glad.
can see working are Cleta Rumble, who are on
Yeah.
top of mounts, Poppy's big-ass hammer, which you could angle in such a way to make her model larger, or Gnar with his Mega Mode transformation. And for the sake of another
Nar. I would rather see Kled with his mechanic where if you go to 50% health, you actually shrink. I mean, Nar is fine. I think Nar would work, but the dismount on Kled just sounds more interesting.
a good pairing and giving Nico a shape-shifting buddy, I'm gonna go with Gnar on this one. Not really a Banal City rep, but hey, there's a bunch of prehistoric Yordles in Banal City, so
I mean,
fuck
Gnar
it.
is
the
clever.
Void is a tricky one though, because Void doesn't really have characters. The most truthful and honest representation of the Void are the mindless, matter-hungry monsters
Yeah,
all bent on
Cho'Gath.
destroying everything around them. The
Kha'Zix.
problem with that is that characters like Cho, Cog, and Rek'Sai aren't really characters, but you know who is a character?
Vel'Koz!
Vel'Koz. One of the
Yeah.
only 2 sentient Voidborn we know, the other one being Bel'Veth. And sure, Bel'Veth might work better than ye olde and she actually has physical attacks after all. But take one look at Shumagorath from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and you can see clear as day
Oh,
that
that looked-
Vel'Koz could
that looked
definitely
awesome.
work. Kha'Zix would be a good choice too, but for my money, if you're adding Kha'Zix, you have to add Rengar too. And
That's
since
true.
Nico already took the Ixtal slot, I had to cut them both. But hey, they would make a pretty cool DLC expansion, right? I mean, they already did it for Wild Rift. Of course, we know the Void Reps
That is true. That Riot can always, like, when they are adding in champions, it's cool that they can always pick them in pairs or in more.
actually gonna be Kaisa, but
That
a
is-
boy can dream, can he? Now, here's a pick I know you guys weren't expecting.
Hold on. Does he have like an assistant with it? Can I predict what he's thinking? I think he's missing. Didn't he say he's gonna be like 3 per thing? Oh my god. Robbie the Bank. Why? Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. I really appreciate it. Why? Why? Again, out of nowhere. I would facepalm if I had hands. I do, but they are kind of like stationary. All right. So just imagining me slamming my head on the table. I don't know why I did it. I actually have real hands in real life. I could have just facepalmed. Anyway, is there a way to figure out? Only 2 from Bilgewater. There's someone. I feel like we're missing someone from Shadow Isles. I think Gwen would actually work. Wait, hold on. There's Neela at the bottom. Did he accidentally reveal her? Or is he actually gonna reveal her now? Is that the thing? I just noticed Neela right here.
Neela.
Ah, okay, never mind.
Shut up! I will fucking die on this.
Yeah,
hill that
Mordekaiser's
Neela
right.
got
Yes,
way more
Mordekaiser.
hate than she deserved, and she's actually a really cool character.
Yorick would
so
be cool
in
too,
fact,
damn it.
that I nominate her as the representative of the eastern neighboring regions of both Kamavor and Kathkan.
Yes.
Since we know neither of these regions very well,
Yes.
nor the Kamavoran champions really even
Very good
associated
book.
with their homeland anymore, I think Neela is more than a perfect fit here. And hey, this would be a great
Hold on,
chance.
let me actually mute the chickens for now. But thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the gifted subs. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Robin the Bank. Thank you. I'm gonna just mute it for now.
Her to truly distance herself from Samira, giving her a kit that's truly all her own instead of just Samira, but I work better with enchanters. Plus, we already got our earth, fire, and airbenders, so why not complete the set with a waterbender? Lastly, now that we have every region covered, I do think we need a few champions who don't have ties to any region. Ones that really demonstrate just how crazy the world of Runeterra is.
Rise!
For this, I wanted one of
Rise!
3 different
Rise!
things. a demon,
Rise.
a celestial, and a world-ending threat. And I know we already have Swain and Mila giving us that slice of demon representation, but I think a full-on
Rise.
demon in the form of Fiddlesticks has to be
Okay.
there. Alternatively, I think Evelyn could have claimed the spot
No,
too,
Fiddle
but
would be cool.
anatomy-wise,
I agree-
there's
I agree on
nothing in
Fiddle, yeah,
Runeterra
sure.
like Fiddlesticks. Just looking at his movements
I
in
want-
League
I want
reminds me of
Rise.
Hisako from Killer
Give me
Instinct.
Rise.
Manic, sporadic movements that truly give off the sense that something is very, very wrong with this thing. Not
Yes,
to mention, out of all the
I
demons,
agree.
Fiddle is the demon, the primordial manifestation of fear.
Yes.
And who doesn't like a good old-fashioned spooky character in their fighting game, especially around this time of year? As for Celestial, every fighting game has to have a troll character. And while you could argue Nar could fulfill this role,
Is he actually gonna drop in Zoe? Because who else would work as a troll character from the Celestials? Bard? Would he actually go for Bard?
talking more about the full-on Dan-level, useless, unorthodox, pain-in-the-ass, goofy as can be troll character. Yeah, sure, Trundle, that's the easy one. Here, I'm talking about...
Oh my god!
Because, like, what the fuck would he even do? Throw meeps at you?
I would
Open
like that,
portals
actually.
to other dimensions? Freeze
I would
himself
love
in place,
that.
Call Meduli for assistance? The possibilities for wacky, insane shenanigans are endless, and that's why
I would
he
love
be
that.
the perfect troll character. And finally, we're at the end. Every fighting game needs a big bad final boss. And while someone like Belveth, Viego, or Aatrox would be good
It's
picks,
Mordekaiser. Come
I
on.
think this spot
Mordekaiser.
had to go to Mordekaiser.
Yes,
With an
Mordekaiser!
ultimate big bad of Runeterra, the
Oh.
entire world had to band together and fight, even then
Yes.
struggling to take him down.
Yes.
If Project Hell somehow
I would
managed
love
to
that.
squeeze out a cinematic story
I
mode,
would
bet
love
you
that.
Moy would make an excellent antagonist, working from the sidelines until he finally awakens at the end.
But
and
isn't
you
he
as
too
the player
big?
have to take him down once and for all. And when we do already have big boy characters like Blitz and Braum already, I think Mord would take the cake for the big boy.
Absolutely.
The slow-moving, tanky, super
Yes.
armored to holy
Yes.
hell unstoppable juggernaut, dishing
Yes.
out insane damage if you so much as slip up once.
Yes.
Thinking about Mord in the fighting game scenario just makes me hype, and personally,
Yes.
I think that's
I'm getting
the
a
best
seizure.
thing a fighting game
I'm getting
can
a
do.
seizure
Well,
from this. There you
that's
go.
it. My hypothetical roster for Project L.
I
I spent a lot
actually-
of time thinking this over, narrowing down who I think the perfect fits would be, making sure that as much of Runeterra is represented as possible,
Yeah.
and most important to me, making it so that an outsider or fan of League would look at Project L and say, damn, that's a pretty cool roster of characters. I'll give this game a try. And like I said at the beginning, this is a pretty
If I... Hold on, is there someone that I would swap out? I just don't like the Gnar. I like looking at the Gnar and I'm like... Also maybe Fiora. Fiora and Gnar. Other than that, I think it's pretty good. Riven. They need Riven, especially if they have Yasuo. Oh, he doesn't have a Darkin! Oh, rookie mistake. He went region by region, but the Darkin are not there if you go on universe region by region. Ah, I did not realize that, but yeah, you're right. No, Darkin is not too big. I mean, kinda. Kinda yes, kinda no. You know, but even if not Aatrox, because Aatrox is the obvious one. They could do something like Varus, I guess.
generous base roster size, but so many
Maybe.
great picks had to be left out because there just wasn't enough room. Riven, Pike,
Yeah.
Warwick, Akali,
Oh,
Nunu,
Warwick!
the
I
list
didn't think of
goes
that.
on. This is just what I would
And
think
Nunu-
would make the best starting roster Project L could possibly have. But of course, those are just my
They have
silly
just so many
personal
good characters
opinions. Be
to
sure to
choose
let
from.
me know yours down in the comments. Do you agree with my picks?
No,
Do
Rise,
think
you need
critical
Rise.
choices were left out?
I feel
If you have your
very
own roster
strong about
suggestions, Be
Rise.
sure to let me know down in the comments below. I'd like to read them. We're approaching the end of the year. With that, we have a new update for the game on the horizon. We still don't know how much will be announced, if
Yep.
anything at all, but I'm excited to see the future of this game. And I wish nothing but the best for the hardworking people who spent so much time making sure it will be the best fighting game it can be. That's all from me,
I still feel
fellas.
very strong
Till
about
next
Rise,
time,
though.
I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah. Okay, that's true too. But I would actually agree. Actually, I just like Rise. I think Rise would help. Just give you like a fighter that actually feels like a magic user, if that makes sense. Maybe. I don't know. But like, they have so many good characters that they can go for. They can like Riot, freaking world is their oyster at this point, really.